Welcome back to Cooking with Kayla D. I'm Kayla, and this is my husband Randy. My disclaimer. If you haven't done so, please subscribe and remember to hit that notification bell so you get all the up-to-date episodes. Also, feel free to like, to leave a comment so we can get to know you and hear your feedback on our videos, and also share. Sharing is caring. It is another Wow Wednesday special, and today's Wow Wednesday special will be making Agua Fresca, watermelon and cucumber. For your ingredients, you're going to need a watermelon, seedless, cucumber, I chose 3, a lemon, and lots of water. I'm going to be doing the detox version, so I will not be adding any sweetener or sugar to mine. And if you do not want the detox version, all you have to do is sweeten it with whatever sugar or sweetener that you use. I chose 3 cucumbers because I am making a full gallon pitcher of the cucumber. And my watermelon made enough for a gallon and a half. But I'm going to go ahead and show you how to freeze that so you can save some, and I'll just be using a small 2-quart pitcher. First you want to do is you want to take your cucumbers and you want to get all of the peeling off of your cucumbers, and you want to make sure to get those ends off as well. Whether you cut them or you peel them, make sure to get rid of the ends. Now with your peelings, you can either throw them out, use them for another recipe, or you can do what a friend of mine does. She rinses them off really well, lays them out on a baking sheet on top of Pyrex paper, and she freezes them and then puts them in a Ziploc baggie. And then she garnishes her drinks with those. That way she's not wasting anything, and then she kind of chomps on them as she's drinking her refreshing Agua Fresca. Now you're going to go ahead and start cutting these into chunks just to put them into your blender or whatever type of machinery you're going to be using to blend these up. That is how we make Agua Fresca. You choose whatever vegetable and fruit you want. You can mix and match, and we put those into our blender. I'm using the 3 cucumbers because I want that yummy cucumber taste to be strong in my water. I love water with cucumbers and lemons in it, so for me this is like a great treat. I did it for detox reasons. Again, I will say, if you do not want detox, add some sweetener to it. Otherwise, if you do not, you will detox, and it will cause flu-like symptoms for 2 or 3 days, just as your body is detoxing, getting rid of all the toxins inside of your body. So after you get your cubes cut up and put into your blender, then you're going to want to add in your water. There is no precise measurement for this. Just fill it until it is full, and go ahead and make sure your lid is secure. And then you're going to start blending. For me, I always start on a lower setting and then I work my way up. So once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and remove the blender, get your pitcher ready, or the container that you're going to be straining this in. You will need a strainer, a very fine strainer or sifter, because you're going to be sifting the pulp out. Now, if you like the pulp, you can drink it, and it's actually healthier to have the pulp in it. Just for me, I'm not big on pulp, so I remove the pulp by straining it, just like you see here. And I'll just work my little paddle back and forth, allowing the juice or the Agua Fresca to go right through and down into my pitcher. And I will continue to do this until I have strained the entire pitcher, as you see now. And then you're going to go ahead and add water to that pitcher and fill it up till it reaches the top. Go ahead and give it a quick stir and set it aside, and we'll start working on our watermelon. For our watermelon Agua Fresca, you'll want a seedless watermelon. I chose an individual size seedless watermelon. You're going to go ahead and give that a quick cut in half. Of course, you can chop your watermelon any way you see fit. For me, I found that this was the easiest, so I just grabbed my ice cream scooper and I started scooping it out. And then I tried to be as careful as I can not to lose any juice and to dump any juice that was going to spill straight into my blender as I was scooping. That way I didn't lose the juice. I just wanted the red part, so I made sure to scrape that red part very well. Also, you want to make sure to thoroughly clean your blender or your machine if you did the cucumber recipe before that really well, because I did not. I just rinsed it a couple of times with hot water, and boy, did my watermelon water taste like cucumbers, let me tell you. So, just keeping it real, if you want it to taste like watermelon and not cucumbers, I advise you to do what I didn't do and wash that blender very well before you're doing this recipe, especially if you're doing them back to back like I am doing. I just wanted both of those on hand. That way, if I wanted something a little bit sweet, naturally I could have it during my detox, because I'm trying to get off of soda. So after you scrape all of the red out, you'll see that it's pretty cleaned out. So we're going to work on the other half now and get that blended in as well. I liked using the ice cream scooper. For me, I just found it so much easier getting it out with that, and I could get out bigger chunks, and then I wasn't losing juice by cutting it into chunks on my cutting board, because you're not guaranteed you're going to be able to spill that juice over into your container, and you don't want to lose the juice. The juice is what you're aiming to have. So when making agua fresca, you definitely want to do it more like this, or do it inside of a bowl. That way you're not losing anything at all. And as you can see here, my cutting board, there was hardly any juice on there. So we did pretty good doing it that way, cutting it in half and just going for it. Worked out really well. So then you're going to get your blender and you're going to do just like you did with your cucumber water. You're going to continue to fill it up with water, and then you're going to go through your blending cycle. I blended mine for a total of 3 minutes, going from a small setting to a higher setting. I don't understand blenders too well, but that's just how I do it. Once you have that done, you're going to go ahead and remove your lid. I have this in a concentrated form right now, so I am going to go ahead and strain some of it into this smaller pitcher here, and then I'm going to be storing some in my freezer in a concentrated version, so then all I have to do is let it defrost and add water to it just to get it down. Because the hole on my container is small, this is how I chose to do it. It did make a little bit of a mess. I did lose some juice. Next time I'll do it over a bowl and then pour it in through the funnel. It's just learning curves, you know. We all go through them. So now that I have strained the entire container of juice, that is a full watermelon right there, I'm going to go ahead and get ready to start prepping this. I'm going to separate some of that juice out into a recyclable container that I have for freezing, as you can see now. And then I went ahead and cut up a lemon, and I'm going to go ahead and let about a half a tablespoon or 2 teaspoons of lemon juice and the lemon rind into that watermelon puree that we're putting in the freezer, and that will make a full gallon later on, or 2 half-gallon containers. So now I'm going to take this half-gallon container and I'm going to go ahead and put some lemon juice in that. And the lemon juice is not going to flavor it in any way, really. It's actually just going to preserve it. So now that I have done these waters, both of these agua frescas will now keep in the refrigerator for up to 3 days, so they do not go bad. And that's why we add the lemon juice in there. It is just to keep it nice and fresh so it doesn't go bad. If you put this in your fridge without lemon juice, most likely it will spoil overnight. So if you're not drinking it all up in one day, You can go ahead and add some lemon juice, a tablespoon or 2 teaspoons to it, and it will last you up to 3 days. Anything past 3 days, I do not recommend drinking it. It can make you very ill, and it would be hard to read the signs of being ill, considering you would be going through a detox anyway and having flu-like symptoms. So just to be on the safe side, do not keep this in your refrigerator for more than 36 hours after making it with lemon juice, or 24 hours without the lemon. So there you go. You have your Agua Fresca, a watermelon one and a cucumber one. Thank you for being here on Cooking with Kayla D. Here is a beautiful photo of the sun setting after the storm had come in, and this photo here in Myrtle Beach. Look at how the clouds look like they're almost touching the sea. I just thought that was a really cool photo and wanted to share that with you. As always, we love sharing these photos with you of Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. We feel in our hearts that it is true. God created this earth for all people to enjoy. So we love sharing it with you who cannot be here at this time. Here we have a view of the rain over by the sky wheel and a wonderful airplane landing at the airport here in Myrtle Beach as the sun is setting. Boy, did those passengers get themselves a view.
But you, when you pray, go into your room, and when you have shut your door, pray to your Father who is in the secret place, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you openly. Matthew 6:6.
Thank you for joining us here on Cooking with Kayla D. It's always a pleasure having you here with us. We feel like you're part of our family. Please subscribe and check out some of these other recipes. And as always, thank you for joining. God bless you, and stay in that kitchen and keep on cooking.